Would you say that people in New York see, as a black guy in New York, growing up, a younger black guy, would you say that the only way that most boys see out of the hood is sports and entertainment?
Yeah, that's it. Sports, drugs, and entertainment. That's what big. That's all we know.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think we tend to have that idea, but maybe other demographics don't? So let's say maybe someone who is white American, someone who's maybe Hispanic, someone who's maybe Asian or Indian. Why do you think that we only kind of see sports and entertainment as our way out?
Because that's the only things that we idolize and that's being pushed to us. Like the most boringest job, right? Let's say somebody said they're a doctor. But you see the doctor part doesn't come with the glitz and the glamour. It doesn't come with the girls, the bottles, the ice. It doesn't come with none of that.
Yeah.
So you're like, nah, I don't need that. You know, you see a lot of guys say they grew up idolizing the drug dealer. But that's a fast way to end yourself. You know? So the more boring the title is, the more boring the job is, you're not going to see it on the TV. It's not going to be glorified. But those are the things that actually bring in the money. Because if you get locked up and you need a lawyer, and the lawyer takes most of that drug money.
Yeah.
So, mind you, the lawyer makes the money. The lawyer, he's going to call for some crazy number. And you and your family or whatever going to have to find a way to get it. You're going to call for $30,000, $40,000 just to take the case on. And then if he wants to build and move the case forward, he's going to ask for another $30,000.
Yeah.
And I've seen this firsthand. Like, $50,000 for a lawyer.
Yeah.
If not, you can get a dude that doesn't know your case. You just got your case, and you up Schitt's Creek.
Obviously, there's something there's morally, and there's what you call legally.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to drugs, would you say drugs should be legalized? Like, for instance, let's say weed. For instance, I know there's some states weed is legalized.
Yeah, weed is
but let's
legal.
say weed. Let's say coke.
Yeah.
Would you say that anyone should be able to partake in any form of drugs they wish, and that it would probably make more sense to be able to administer these drugs, let people have these drugs in a safe space? Or would you say that no, drugs should not be ever made legalized?
I would say.
And do you see anything wrong in someone selling drugs? Like, do you generally see anything wrong? Like, would you say, hey, you're a bad person, you sell drugs?
Nah. Now I grew up seeing it, you know, so that's just your job, you know. Like somebody said, like they work in the park, they this, they that. That's just their job, you know.
Okay.
To me, but man, you gotta understand, if you're in that kind of life, you're gonna make some things to compromise your own morals. You're gonna do things that you don't want no one else to know that you do. So it comes to a crossroad where you gotta figure out how you're gonna make an exit plan to get out. Everything has an end, so you gotta either say, you know what, I'm gonna do this for 1 year, 2 years. Now that's your plan, but how karma works, you don't know. Like 2 weeks down the road, you might get jammed up in something. Now you might have to. You never want to use a gun, but you're in that game. You gotta use a gun now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude's robbing you. Now you gotta go back and go for get back. So, do you really want to put yourself in that position? But that's part of your job. So, that's what you do. I know, guilty by association. Bullets ain't got no name. I'm gonna say hi and bye, and I'm out. Like,
you say got no name. And would you say that my moral character is wrong if I can I be mentoring young boys, for instance, and tell them to try and get them away from the drug game, get them away from the street life, but I've got friends who are in the street life? Would you say that I'm a hypocrite and that you got it all wrong, Gabriel? That you can't have friends who are committing crime, and yet you're speaking to young boys and telling them not to do crime?
Your friends is your friends, right? But the little ones that's coming up, you got a better chance of deterring them than your friends, because at the end of the day, somebody can say, I'm a grown ass man, I do what I want to do. Either you with it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Now it puts your friendship in a situation where, do you want to continue being around this kind of environment, or you want to move forward? It's better to talk to somebody else that doesn't know your situation. They just see you as saying, yo, he's telling me this, telling me not to do certain things. That's fine. You can't tell your man that when y'all shared sandwiches together, when y'all was jumping the turnstile, you can't tell someone that y'all came up in a struggle together that he may not have the academics for it, or he may not have whatever qualifications to go get something else. That's all he know.
Yeah. And I always mention that. I always say that. What is the alternative? You know when you're trying to get somebody off the street,
Yeah.
and let's say someone's making $4,000 or $5,000 a week,
Yeah.
and then you want to tell him, okay, look, come on, man, stop it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna stop now, but what next?
Oh, that's
That's the hard part. Is what is the alternative?
Man.
That's definitely the hard part.
You see a lot of men struggle. Like, for instance, one of my brethren now, he's been working legitly for the past 2 years now because of his girl. And I remember talking to him recently, and he goes, "Bro, like, I can't lie, it's rough. Cause he's used to being that guy. The kind of money he was mashing was proper. So he's used to being that guy making, you know what I mean, real good money. Then all of a sudden now, you're not making as much as, you know what I mean, you used to seeing week in, week out. And now you know that he's waiting for the end of the month to get that paycheck." And he said, "Rah, like, at first it was a shock for him because he nearly reverted and relapsed and went back into what he's used to. But it's like now you've got an extra kid, there's more on the table to lose, that you just have to just say, rah, let me firm this, let me work towards the long-term goal." And when he's talking to me, I'm like, bro, like, listen, like, everyone's come off the roads at different parts in their lives, and it's gonna be hard because, like you said, the lifestyle comes with the other accessories when you're out in the club. The girls love the dope boys because they know that they come with fun, excitement, bottles and drinks, and you know what I mean, they bring the wave. But now, because you're not making the extra cash, you have to, shit, paydays on the 28th or the 31st. Oh, I need to pay this bill, pay that bill, put this away just in case.
I know a guy that's going through that right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's a transition. It's extreme. The life of luxury, opulence, where anything you want within your reach that you could think about, you're calling for, you're getting it. You're up and down, you're moving, you're ripping and running. You know if you blow 10K tomorrow, you're getting 10K, 20K the next day. It ain't happening no more.
One of my boys from New York that I met the same time as you, he committed suicide.
Really?
Yeah, so this is like over a year and a half now, at least he's been gone. And like you said, the same thing about, you know, if you blow 10 today, blah blah blah, tomorrow. So I remember like the Cancun days, he was taking off Air Force Ones every day and just giving to the staff and everything. He was like, he wear the trainers once and it's gone. He was like, he don't mind because he was making that much money. I remember like when I was like, "Raw, what the hell do you do?" He goes, "Raw, I'm a dope boy." I said, "No, really, what do you do?" He goes, "Raw." He goes, "My line is it's crazy." So I said to my next boy, "What does he do?" He goes, "No, his line's stupid." He goes, the 10K gets made within like a few hours and he switches off. So he had a line that used to go round the block like a madness. Then he went jail, came out, he went legit and was working. Then he moved down south for a bit, was working, but the money wasn't the same no more, and it kind of pushed him to depression. Where before all of that, I remember like I'll be looking on Instagram and I'll message him and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, start this again." He's like, "Oh, you know, a light night." Like all the time it will be jokes. I'll be like, this thing is always, you know what I mean? So I remember like
A lot of like
yeah. So I remember like 2019 when I came for a night, I got caught up in a storm, and I was meant to link up with him and go strip club. And flipping, I couldn't go because it was raining like mad. Then 2020, when I've linked up, I was meant to link up again, bro. But the next time I come to New York, he's gone. So like the last time I was there, I was in Startlets. I was in my head thinking, right, me and my other boy who's boys with him, I was just like, right, this is PO's spot. I'm like, we're meant to be here with Paul, going ham, you know what I mean? Because that's his lifestyle. Like we don't do it like how he does it, but we're like, this is, you know, like this trip was meant to be like, I'm meant to be you, him, you know what I mean? So it's proper sad because people don't understand, like when you're used to seeing a certain amount of money and you're forced to just drop that off and change for the long-term good, it can mentally affect you because you're used to certain things, you've acquired a certain taste and it's not there no more. You can't, like, like how Gabriel was saying, you can't say a man who's making 10 grand a day to like 3 grand a month.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a drop.
That's a drop. Like,
Tell a man that, like, that's when they say, if you leave the game, will they love you? You know what I'm saying? Will they really love you if you leave the game?
I feel it for people like that, because like my boy, for instance, I remember I said my boy.
Oh.
Hey, yo, pause.
No, it's not. I said, what? But man was just coming out, just like an episode, like, yeah, but I said, what? I was gonna walk out the closet, just like, hey.
Nah, for instance, his mum, his sisters, baby mum, no one worked. Grandma, everyone lived off him. Like he said, right, he had literally everyone nice. I was just like, that is mad. That's a lot of responsibilities, but he literally was responsible for everyone. So now he's not here.
Like the dudes that do what they do, I can't judge them. You know, I don't judge them. I just say they just know your exit plan. I'm gonna talk to you like a capitalist. Just know your exit plan. I'm not a preacher, none of that stuff. Just know your exit plan, because everyone doesn't have an exit plan, and it comes a time when you got to make a decision, because either the boys gonna come get you, or the other boys gonna come get you. So you got to make sure how you gonna move, because after that, you know, there's a lot of flower bringing, slow singing, and there's a lot of memories and what ifs, and you don't want that, because you're not leaving them nothing. There's no, let's say, okay, I'm a gangster, I'm a dope boy, whatever. No one is saying, let me go get an insurance policy. So when this run is over, it carries on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good that you providing for your family every month and stuff, but what about the long run of that? Like, okay, do what you do. You made your mind up. All right, son, that's what you want to do? I'm going to take out the insurance policy, because sooner or later, it's going to end one of two ways. Yeah. Let me prepare myself. I make my peace with it. That's what it is. But there's no school for that. You know, it's school of hard knocks, so not too many graduates.